Welcome back to Questing Beast. I'm Ben. Today's going to be a little bit different. Today I want to show you one of the most interesting products that I've ever run across. This video is not sponsored or promoted in any way. I just found some of these products and I was blown away and I really wanted to show them to you. As you may know, I do run an after-school club for 5th graders. I run Wargaming and Dungeons & Dragons. And what I really wanted to do was get some city terrain. I wanted to create a large medieval city that I could run war games in and that I could also use, of course, for Dungeons & Dragons and other role-playing games. And what I quickly discovered is that this would be really expensive. The vast majority of city terrain and buildings is not cheap. You might get it in plastic, like from Games Workshop, but you're going to have to put that together and paint it, which is expensive and time-consuming. Or you could go with the MDF, which is like these thin sheets of wood that are laser cut, and then you put those together, and again, you have to paint them. Cheaper, but still expensive and time-consuming. And then the other option I found was paper craft, where you print out pieces of paper, and then you cut out these different shapes, and you fold them into the building that you want. That was more promising, but still time-consuming, and I did not think it would be sturdy enough to handle the kind of abuse that my table would put it through. So I did some research, and I found this. This is some of the best city terrain that I've ever run into for the price. So let's start with the price. This thing was $10. Maybe a little bit more on Amazon, including shipping in there. But that's an amazing price given what you get here. It's made out of thick, heavy cardboard. It's quite sturdy. It's going to stand up to quite a lot of abuse unless you're really putting it through a lot of punishment. It comes flat packed in these flat sheets of cardstock. You punch them out and you have all these different pieces and then they just snap together. They're all pressure fit. There is no glue needed, no special tools needed, no tape, nothing. There were a couple times when I thought maybe a little bit of glue would be useful here, but those were few and far between. I ended up buying 12 or 13 of these and was just blown away by how nice they were versus the cost. It's such a great sweet spot. Let me talk to you about some of the things that I noticed on this. For one thing, it's quite sturdy, and the painting is all pre-done, and it's beautiful. It's really well done. This is clearly all hand designed, right? You can see there's tons of these little details. You can even see like the little paint strokes in when this was painted by someone who knew what they were doing. Way better than I could ever do. I know a lot of people like designing their own terrain and like painting it themselves. And if you do, then this is probably not the video for you because you know what you're doing and you love it. But for someone like me, I needed a lot of nice terrain and I needed it fast. And this delivered. I snapped together one of these in, 15, 20 minutes or so. It was not difficult at all. And it was actually a lot of fun. You know, it's kind of like Lego because we're making bigger structures. So painting is wonderful. It's very sturdy. Also, all of the cardboard is textured. You can feel like the wooden beams in here. You can kind of see the bumps if the light is right. But yeah, so it doesn't feel like flat plastic at all. You can feel each of the tiles on the roof here. And you want to see what really blows me away? They open up. They open up to the right sides where you can put characters inside the buildings. And these aren't just like blank insides of the buildings. Look at these. Every single surface has been hand painted and designed. The roofs are all historically accurate. This is a tavern, I believe. You can see the plates on the wall. You can see the cauldron bubbling on the side. Absolutely beautiful. The amount of work and detail the creators put into these is mind-blowing, especially since it's being sold at such a great price. So the line of these is pretty tremendous. There's like 30 or so different types of buildings that you can get. I'll show you a few more of them in just a second. You can get towers, you can get bridges, you can get stables, you can get weavers' houses, you can get blacksmiths, you can get city gates, you can get these long modular city walls, so you can build the long city walls that wrap around your whole city. You can get full-sized castles, you can get ruins of castles. There is a full-size cathedral that you can build out of this stuff. Absolutely amazing. The 12 or 13 of these buildings that I bought, I set them up on my gaming table and it looked like a professional setup. If you get a little bit closer, you can see these little tabs sticking out, which, give it away that it's snapped together out of cardboard, but it is really beautiful looking. Let me show you a few more of these. So for example, here's another one. This one is of like a little house by a bridge. So great if you're adventurers or adventuring in the forest and you need to cross a river, just slap this down on the table. Now you have a bridge encounter, which are always really fun from a tactical perspective. And just like the other one before it, they open up. You can see everything going on inside. It's like doll houses for nerds. It's wonderful. All of the girls in my War Games club just went bananas over this. Especially since, I'll throw this in too. Look at what all of these sets come with. I got more. They come and come and come. There's more and more. There's every single one of these things comes with 6 to 12 minifigures. They also come with little bases. These little foam things, you just stick them in and boom, they're based. Now they're 2D, of course, but you get so many of them. Every single one is unique. So I now have like hundreds of these little flat minifigures. They're all realistic historical figures. So you get the whole range of medieval life. So this is great for filling out your mini collection with just ordinary people. You got knights, you got travelers, you got this guy with a spear and a shield. You have, blacksmiths, you have women and children, you have peddlers, you have merchants, you have servants, you have everything. You can fill out whole cities and play and just set it up like that. You can create crowd scenes. If you're playing a more grim and gritty historical campaign, you could use these as player characters. Absolutely. Fantastic stuff. What you're getting for your money. Here's another one. This one's fun because it moves. It's a full-size windmill. Everything is designed to be 28 millimeter scale. So it's gonna work with Warhammer or Dungeons and Dragons figures. Pretty much anything that's that scale is gonna be the right scale for this. This one has spinning blades on the top. The top of it rotates like that. And of course, the building pops open and you can see what's going on inside if you want to have an interior scene. Even the parts of this that you're never going to see, like inside here, look, all of that has been painted and textured. You don't even get to see that. I don't understand how this much work was put into it, but the people who did this clearly really loved it. The last one I have to show you is another pretty common staple of D&D. You got a watchtower. Stick one of these out in the wilderness. Maybe you got some rangers up here, or it could be a tower where people are imprisoned, right? The roof pops up like this. You can put people inside staring out these window slits. Fantastic stuff. Now, the line of these includes a bunch of other things. So, for example, you also got siege machines. There's a whole bunch of those. They also have a lot of warships, medieval ships that are to scale for really great prices if you're going to do any sort of seagoing campaign. Now, the best place to buy these. So I got these on Amazon. Your main choices are either going on Amazon, where I got most of these buildings for $13 or so. They vary a little bit. Or you can go directly to the source and buy them from the company that makes them. Now, if you go that route, they are a bit cheaper. They're more like $10 each. But you're ordering them from Russia, which means that you're going to spend $25 to $30 on shipping, and they're going to take a long time to get there. So I will put a link to that down in the description below, but I'll also link to a number of Amazon stores where you can get the same products and you can shop around. For most people, going to Amazon is going to be the best way to do it because you'll get it in 1 or 2 days and you'll save probably on a lot of shipping unless you're buying a huge amount in bulk. But yeah, no one is talking about these things, but they are the best city terrain for the price that I've ever run into. Even if you just get a couple of them, they're great for setting up a realistic scene to throw at your D&D party if you're a dungeon master. So that's it for today. Check out the links below if you want to see where you can get these for yourself. Generally, the term they go by is clever paper, although it might have a name in Russian, I'm not sure. But yeah, check out the Amazon stores. Some of these Amazon stores sell these for different prices. You want to shop back and forth, make sure you're getting the best price for the model that you want. But tell me what you think. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys next time.